Welcome back to Zero Hour, Mastering the Moment. Today's episode takes us into the world of manufacturing, a space where precision, efficiency, and innovation are key to staying competitive. But what happens when a company faces a critical decision about its future, only to find itself stuck, overwhelmed, and ready to give up? Let me take you to a story that starts in chaos but ends with clarity. A story of a company on the verge of abandoning automation and how a senior manager, armed with a simple yet powerful framework, turned the tide during their zero hour. Meet Steel Form Industries, a medium-sized manufacturing company known for its high-quality metal components. For years, the company had been thriving, but as competition increased, so did the pressure to modernize. Industry reports were clear. Automation wasn't just a luxury anymore. It was a necessity to stay relevant. Steel Form's management knew they needed to act. So they gave the green light to explore automation. But here's where the trouble began. Every department, production, quality control, logistics, saw automation through their own lens. The production team wanted robotic arms for assembly lines, and quality control pushed for advanced inspection systems. Logistics demanded automated material handling. So what happened? Vendors swarmed in with shiny products, each promising the ultimate solution. Yet, despite months of discussions, nothing clicked. The management team was overwhelmed by fragmented suggestions and unsure which direction to take. Costs were skyrocketing and there was no unified vision. Frustrated and disheartened, they began to question whether automation was even the right move. That's when Ravi, a senior manager, stepped into the picture. Now, Ravi had been quietly observing the chaos. He understood the frustration on both sides, the management's need for a clear roadmap, and the team's eagerness to improve their workflows. But he also realized what was missing: alignment. During a late night brainstorming session, Ravi stumbled upon a concept that could change everything: the maturity model. The maturity model for manufacturing automation. Now, this framework didn't just focus on an isolated technology or technologies, it provided a structured approach to evaluate the company's readiness, prioritize needs, and create a phased roadmap for automation. So the next morning, Ravi walked into the management meeting with a sense of purpose. Now, this was his zero hour. Before we scrap the idea of automation, Ravi began. Let me propose an alternative approach. Our problem isn't automation. It's how we are approaching it. We are treating it like a shopping spear when we need a strategy. The maturity model can help us prioritize and align our efforts. Let me explain. He grabbed a marker and drew a simple diagram on the whiteboard, outlining the 5 levels of the maturity model. 1. Initial stage. Now, this talks about the basic. That is, the company has a manual process with minimal automation. Second is the managed stage, where the processes are documented and controlled with selective use of automation. Now, this is the second type of company. Third would be a defined stage of company, wherein they have standardized processes across the organization and is ready for integration. Fourth would be an integrated stage where the systems are working together seamlessly and optimized operations. Fifth, and the best mode is the optimized stage, which talks about full automation and advanced data analytics, which is driving continuous improvement. Then Ravi continued, said, our problem is that we are trying to jump straight to the optimized stage without understanding where we are now. First, we need to evaluate our current maturity level. Then, focus on small, high impact automations that align with our goal. This way, we build momentum and avoid wasting resources. Simple. So, what he did is he proposed a plan. First is to conduct an assessment of the company's current processes using the maturity model. Okay. Second is identify bottlenecks where automation could deliver immediate value. Cool. Third, create a phased implementation roadmap, starting small and scaling up as the company advanced through the maturity levels, the 5 levels that we spoke. Okay, so the room fell silent as the management team started absorbing his words. Okay, quite a bit of a technical for them, new, right? Now, one of the directors finally spoke. This makes sense. We have been looking for quick fixes without understanding the bigger picture. Let's try this approach. Wow, Ravi got the green signal. Over the next 3 months, Ravi's plan unfolded. The assessment revealed that steel form was at the managed stage. Remember the managed stage? That's the second stage with inconsistent processes across department. The first automation initiative focused on streamlining was production scheduling. A small but impactful change. It wasn't flashy, but it delivered immediate results, reducing the delays by 15% within the first month. As confidence grew, the company moved on to automating quality inspections, integrating it with production workflows. Each success built on the last, and for the first time, the entire organizations felt aligned. A year later, steel form industries wasn't just surviving, it was thriving. Revenue was up, costs were down, and employees were energized by the streamlined processes. Automation was no longer a pipe dream or a burden. It was carefully managed journey guided by Ravi's clarity during their 0 hour. So, Ravi's story reminds us that 0 hour isn't about having all the answers up front. It's about bringing clarity to chaos and creating a path forward when it matters most. If you are facing a similar moment in your organization, remember the lesson of the maturity model. Start where you are. Align your efforts and take it one step at a time. Automation, like any major decision, works best when it is rooted in strategy, not urgency. Thanks for tuning in to 0 Hour Mastering the Moment. If you found this story valuable, share it with your team or anyone who might be navigating their own 0 hour. Until next time, this is Praveen Nair reminding you the clock is always ticking. Are you ready to act?